We were told when we arrived that mother-in-law had met another woman while on holiday and was leaving my father-in-law to pursue a relationship with this woman, and she wanted to leave all of her responsibilities behind.
Say what?
Hey guys, Reddita here. Got a couple new mother-in-law stories for you. Enjoy. Mildly no mother-in-law. Need advice about a mother-in-law who won't leave. My 34 male wife, 34 female, and I live in a pretty small one-bedroom apartment. Recently, her mother, who lives alone, about an hour away, had a fairly serious medical procedure and had no one to stay with after, so we offered to have her come stay with us to recover, even though space is very limited here. We did this because we were under the impression that she would need assistance with nearly everything and believed she may need to stay here for up to a month. We agreed that it would be best to give her our bedroom and we would sleep on an air mattress in the living room. Well, post-surgery, mom is thankfully doing fantastic. She has no mobility problems, and other than some pain and fatigue seems to be doing very well. She requires almost no assistance with everyday tasks. All of that being said, she recently stated that she'll probably stay here for a month because she was bored at home before she had surgery. She and I have always gotten along, and she's a very nice person. However, we have very limited space here and are sleeping quite terribly. Additionally, my wife is away most of the day at work, so she's really not spending a great deal of time with her mother anyway. I absolutely want to do the right thing here, and I would never let her go home without making sure she was ready for it. I just don't know if suggesting to my wife that a month may be a bit too long to have a third person living here, if it not totally necessary, would make me a total jerk. What do you think? Edit. 1. I want to sincerely thank everyone who chimed in. It feels nice to know that I'm not a complete jerk for feeling this way. I'm going to talk to my wife this weekend, and I now feel better equipped to do so in a way that will hopefully come across as loving and reasonable. Just no mother-in-law. justnoMIL is threatening to take us to court for visitation of the grandchildren she abandoned 5 years ago. New user. Brief introduction of the major characters. Me, 33 meters. My wife, 31F. My kids, 7 meters and 4F. justnoMIL. I don't know her age anymore. She probably escaped from Pandora's box. Background for context. Just under 5 years ago, my wife and I were called to a family meeting at her brother's house. We were told when we arrived that mother-in-law had met another woman while on holiday and was leaving my father-in-law to pursue a relationship with this woman, and she wanted to leave all of her responsibilities behind. My wife had never had a good relationship with her. See r/narcissistic parents for details, and I had always found her to be about as genuine as a £9 note, but this still came as a big shock and was cause for sadness for everyone. Then mother-in-law sent letters to almost everyone. These letters were absolute dog shit, and she clearly wrote them to assuage some of her guilt and nothing else. For some reason, my younger brother-in-law didn't get one, but she wrote to her sisters, her husband and her 2 eldest kids, my wife and the older brother, plus a couple of close friends. I only know the details of the letter my wife received, and it was filled with hollow statements about "I've spent my whole life looking after people and I need to go away and enjoy myself." For about 6 months, nobody spoke to her, and we all assumed she was gone for good, but then she started Operation Save Face. In a nutshell, she acted as if she'd done nothing wrong, and said anyone who was still avoiding contact was a homophobe. Annoyingly, this has worked for the most part, and now it's only me and my wife who have persisted with no contact. It was not an easy decision to do this, but the initial abandonment caused my wife to talk much more openly about the physical, mental and financial abuse she suffered as a child and young adult. Those are not my stories to share, but suffice to say they are pretty horrible, and I could never be friendly with anyone who could behave in that way, even if I wasn't married to the target of their abuse. Since then, we receive infrequent letters of her asking to see the kids, even though she last saw our daughter when she was 10 weeks old, and my wife used to get regular texts until she changed her number. Current situation. Previous letters have vaguely referred to grandparents' rights, which exist in the UK, but are almost solely for when a couple have separated, and the parent with sole custody prevents the ex-partner's parents from seeing the kids. The most recent letter is a strange, meandering live stream of this woman's thought process in which she switches effortless between guilt-tripping about recently deceased family members, "I'd have thought my sister's death would change your mind," and direct threat of court action. "If you can't agree to X, I'll just go with what the judge says. I still feel confident that we have made the right decision for us and our children, but we've made preliminary contract with a family solicitor in our city who has suggested we put together a timeline of events and make online copies of all the letters, which we are doing tomorrow, which should be fun. I don't think I've got every detail down, but will happily clarify details should there be any questions. I would appreciate any help, advice, or encouragement, or tell me I'm in the wrong. Nobody is infallible. Thanks. Edit. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by the volume and positivity of the response. Thanks so much to everyone who's given advice. We both feel more confident in our decision and optimistic about the immediate future. You guys are cool. Hello there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Anything I can do better? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Hey look, I didn't have to talk about needing to smash that cowbell to get notified when the daily video drops. Damn. Every damn time. Sorry guys, I suck. You the champ for still watching though. Have a wonderful day.